having a headache is an indication that something's wrong in your body. Hello everybody. I know I normally get like done up for my videos and like have my set and everything, but something about just getting done up for this video felt wrong. Like, I don't know, I felt really oddly connected to this topic, so I wanted to pay it the utmost respect and be my utmost natural state. So I have my migraine video out, which basically says all the reasons that can help you with a headache, both short-term and long-term, and obviously just your ill health generally. I know I marketed it as migraines, but you can really do it for any kind of headache. A headache is basically inflammation in your brain or in your head, and that's why we mainly only get headaches when we're like going through puberty, just before puberty. Because I don't know if you know, but when you're a baby and when you're like a kid, your skull is really flexible. Most flexible when you're a baby, so it's easier to like get out of your mum. So basically, if there's inflammation in the head, it's not going to push against the skull because the skull's flexible. So the skull's just going to push out with the inflammation at that kind of pre-teen age, pre-puberty age. So then when the blood vessels in our brain swell up, that's when we get the headache, because it's like compression against the skull, which it's not nice. I do want to share something that was actually Sharav's best friend, not really my friend, but we're kind of friends now.
He is a med student and he has helped me massively in terms of like just talking to me and letting me know the kind of science of the head and just being like open with me.
And he gave me an acronym of like what causes headaches, especially migraines, and I'm going to share that with you because I found that helpful. Basically, the acronym is chocolate. So the C stands for, or the first C stands for chocolate. So that can be a trigger which causes your headaches. A lot of people I know cut out chocolate because of the caffeine in it. So that might be a reason why, but just chocolate as well. It could be the dairy in it, or it could just be the cocoa powder. And the H is for hangovers. So if you're taking drugs, alcohol, tobacco, anything like that, you're bound to get a headache because your body needs to recover from it. You have like a come down from it. Okay, the next one is a bit TMI, and if you're probably related to me, I'd skip ahead basically. The O stands for orgasm, and like Karim didn't really go into detail about what these meant, and I didn't really ask him, but you know, like maybe one of us will be in the mood or something, and like the other one of us has a headache, and then the person with the headache is like,
yeah, I can't, I got a headache.
Because like, I don't know, like from experience, if I don't feel well and I have a headache or a migraine, and then like start doing stuff like that, and you get an orgasm, it just makes it so much worse. Like my body literally cannot handle it. It's just like goes into like, what are you doing to me mode? Like my head's exploding. So that always makes my headaches worse. I don't think an orgasm's ever triggered a headache in me, but that can be another trigger. The second C stands for cheese or coffee. So like I said earlier, caffeine can cause a lot of headaches. Personally for me, it helps my headaches. So I have coffee when before painkiller stage, if I have a headache, and that tends to really just cure me up.
Recently I have a slight, not even addiction, just like I really want coffee, and that's causing me headaches. When I have too much coffee, it causes a headache, or if I get a reliance on coffee, it causes me a headache.
But if I just use it as like medication, then it cures my headaches. So coffee, again, is like a chocolate one. It's like a hit and miss. But also another one is cheese. So when I start getting migraines, like when I was like preteen, my doctor said dairy can cause you headaches. If you have a headache or sense a headache coming, then don't have dairy products until you're better, because it will make it worse. And that's the same with citrus fruits and berries. They make your headache so much worse. So yeah, stay away from those two things. The second O is kind of linked to the first O, but it's oral contraceptives. And oh my gosh, this was such a big thing with my headaches, and they cause so many headaches in people. Women are more likely to get headaches just because our hormones are more inclined that way, which sucks. But seriously, oral contraceptives make it so much worse. Any kind of artificial hormones make headaches worse. if you're on artificial hormones and you're not getting headaches, count yourself lucky. But obviously if you start getting headaches, then maybe investigate. That could be a reason why you're getting headaches, is because of the artificial hormones. What letter is that? Chocolate. The L in the chocolate acronym is lions. Now, I never understood it until I put it into practice as to why this causes me a headache, but my doctor would always say things like make sure you have a good sleeping schedule and like a good routine, you get up and stuff, because if you oversleep, that can cause you a headache as well. Having said that, make sure you're sleeping enough, because I think it's like end of the spectrum. Like, people either hardly sleep, like where it's unhealthy, or people oversleep to where it's unhealthy. We want that nice balance. Okay, the A is alcohol. Especially if you have alcohol before you sleep, that can disrupt your sleep so much, because it can increase your blood sugar before you sleep, when your sleep's meant to be like, well, your body's getting rid of everything, detoxing everything. So alcohol it's kind of like a duh, but that can cause headaches for you as well. Now, another one is travel. So on my Migraine Buddy app, it says about travel being one of the triggers. And I never really understood that, and I was like, why does just sitting in the back of a car make me tired if I'm going on a road trip? But it does. You'll notice that your skin dries out faster, because, and obviously you get like car sick, seasick or whatever, because you're not moving, but your eyes can see that you're moving. And that's like the same thing with the air in our skin as well, because there's more air circulation if we're like driving, and that can dry out your skin. And obviously if it's drying out your skin, then it's drying out you, because you're 70% water, so that can be why you get headache as well. Also, if you are the driver, or you're like focusing on the driving or what's around you, then you're putting strain on your eyes a lot without a break, and it's similar to like working at screens and stuff. So that's why travel can cause you a headache. And normally travel comes with a lot of stress and anxiety because of traffic, because of the route, and obviously you're traveling to somewhere, so maybe you're like apprehensive or excited about where you're going, which can cause you a headache as well. Okay, last one in the chocolate acronym is exercise. Obviously, if you're overdoing your body, then you're going to get a headache. I'm going into that in more detail in the stress segment, but that is the chocolate acronym, which Sharaf / my friend told me, and that helped me a lot, so maybe that will help you too. But without further ado, let's step into the first actual segment, which is diet, and all the different parts of the diet that can cause you that can cause you a headache.
So, what does your diet do? Why am I not focused? Okay, that's great.
Diet is literally the fuel for your body. If you are trying to drive a car that doesn't have petrol in it, the car's literally not going to drive. So if we don't have the right fuel for our body, and in our minds we can still make our body get up, it forces us to get up, then that's awful for your health. Another part of our diet is water, and how much water we are drinking. Water is so important and so underrated. It's pretty much a main cause of local headaches, which is like the forehead headache, because our bodies and our organs are 70% water. So if a car, if you're trying to make a car work, but everything's so rusty because it's so old, then the car's not going to work very well. And that's the same as our bodies with not enough water. Like, all our organs, every part of our body isn't up to scratch because it's not got enough water in it. So we need that fuel for our body to be able to literally keep it going on. Yeah. Also, my friend Savina did a video about a big change in her diet and the pros and cons of that. And one of the pros was about headaches. So I'm going to direct you over to her video, which I'll link in the description box. So the next part I'm going to talk about, sorry, I'm looking at my notes. The next part I'm going to talk about is sleep. Sleep is so underrated. We literally need sleep to be able to live. Like in Sims, if your Sims don't get enough sleep, they will just sleep on the dot. Like, they will be at a party, at a wedding, in the middle of the road, and if they don't have enough sleep, they're just going to fall asleep. And that's exactly what our bodies will do if we don't have enough sleep either. We literally need it to live. trying to use an analogy, it's basically living in a house that you never ever clean. It's gonna have mold, it's gonna have dirt, it's gonna have so much disgusting things, and it's like that, basically translating that into what our body does when we sleep. That is our body with no sleep. And then think of sleeping time as a time where your house gets cleaned. Like sleeping time is your recovery time. You may not think you're using your body and your muscles, but literally if you move, like my body needs to recover from that movement today. So that's what your sleep does. So if you're working out at the gym using weights especially, you will need so much sleep, and a good quality of sleep, like a deep sleep, to be able to let your body recover. And that's as well why you shouldn't go weight training every single day, because your body needs that time to recover. Unless that's what you're doing and you found a little niche for that, then let me know. If you are in a toxic routine, you're going to get a headache. If you're sad every day, you're going to get a headache. If the things you do day to day don't make you happy, or the opposite, actually make you sad, then that can cause you headaches. Sometimes you might not even realise it, because you might have a constant tension headache. And if you've been having that for years and just thinking you need to power through it, then that's not going to go away. So honestly, there's nothing else I can suggest for that, but seeking help to be able to change your life around, maybe change your job, change where you live. I know it's not always as easy as it seems, but like in England we have welfare, which are really good building blocks to help you do that.
So the last part of the segment is stress. Now this can come in lots of different ways. So this is how I've broken it down. So you can have stress on your body if you don't have enough relaxation or enough fuel. I've already spoken about those two things, so I'm just going to completely skip over that one and head on to the next point.
Which is not having control of the mind and being in autopilot. So a lot of the time we have negative emotions, negative thoughts, negative feelings, stresses, when it's not even necessary, when our mind's just kind of like freestyling it and like creating things that aren't there, just being stressed about things that haven't happened yet, and just like being more mindful will solve that, because stress is a big thing that can cause your headache. If your mind's in a really bad place and it's constantly worrying, then that can cause you like an instant headache. And again, as soon as you relax, that will completely get rid of your headache as well. So another part of stress is that it can cause blood stagnation, which is where parts of your body aren't having enough blood flow in it, and that can cause your headache as well. So basically a simple thing to fix that is exercise, even just blood flow stretches in terms of exercise, and we just need that constant flow of blood, but also making sure that you have blood going everywhere in your body as well, because it could be an organ that's under a lot of stress that doesn't have enough resources like blood flow in it to be able to fix itself. So my last kind of, it's not really a cause, it's more of a tip, is that your environment is a reflection of what's in your mind, and that's a really good way to try and, like, if you can clean up what's in your environment and make that really, even just changing up your decor, anything like that, just make sure your environment is a happy place, a positive place, then that can change your state of relaxation, your mental state, your autopilot state humongously, and that can ultimately create a lot less stress in your life. So they are the causes of headaches. If you're like, okay, that's cool, but how can I put them into practice? Again, I'll link my migraine video at the description so you can see that, because that has the actual tips of what I personally did, and I have chronic severe migraines. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.